Hi, I'm Heidi Rader. I'm with UAF Cooperative Extension Service and Tanana Chiefs Conference. I'm here at the Georgeson Botanical Garden at the University of Alaska Fairbanks, and today we're going to talk about all about herbs that you can grow in Alaska and how to harvest them. So you can grow a lot of herbs here in Alaska. They like pretty similar conditions to your vegetables, neutral pH, well-drained soil. But many of them are not perennial as they are in other parts of the world. So we do have a few exceptions. Chives and Welsh or Siberian onions are perennial, as well as mint in some areas of Alaska. These are chives here, and they actually will reseed and can kind of spread throughout your garden, as do the Siberian onions. So you do want to be careful where you plant them. So chives is kind of a mild onion flavor, and the Siberian onions is a much stronger onion type flavor. But you can use them in dishes where you'd use onions and just chop them up finely. Ideally, you want to use them before they've flowered, as once they've flowered, they get to be quite woody. But this one, you could still cut off the flowers, and some people even like to deep fry the flowers. This one is still good. This one's a little bit old here. And the sprigs that have not flowered are still good to use, so you can just cut them down near the base and use those in a lot of dishes. There's some grass in here too, which you do not want to eat. So those are your chives and Siberian onions. Over here we have quite a few varieties of lavender. Lavender is great in tea. It's great for aromatherapy. You can also make a simple syrup and infuse baked goods with your lavender flavor. Just boil down some of the lavender leaves and then add sugar for that. So here's our varieties of lavender. And as you can see, it's quite productive and grows well here in Alaska. Many of the herbs that we grow here in Alaska need to be started in a greenhouse. Some of them can take quite a long time, about 5 months. So you may want to just purchase your transplants from a greenhouse, especially if you're only going to need 1 or 2 plants. And a few you can direct seed in the garden, like dill or chervil. So here we have Thai basil, sweet basil. We've got dill that's flowered here, now is really good for pickling. Over here we've got rosemary, tarragon, flat-leafed parsley. And so Thai basil goes really well in a variety of Thai dishes like curry or spring rolls. Thai dishes use a lot of fresh herbs. Dill is great on salmon, for making dips, and for pickling at the end of the year. Of course, basil, you can make pesto, or you can add it to pizza and pasta, all kinds of things. Rosemary is also a common Italian herb, also goes really well with potatoes. Rosemary is a little bit stronger than some of your other herbs, and so you want to be a little bit more judicious in how much you use. And tarragon has a little bit of a licoricey flavor and goes really well in salad dressings or on fish, and in soups. So some herbs you're going to want to add it towards the end of cooking so you don't destroy the flavor, and things like tarragon especially lose their flavor if cooked too long. So others like rosemary or bay leaves you can cook quite a long time and they'll retain their flavor. So if I were to harvest these types of herbs, you want to harvest just enough so you promote continued leaf development, so I wouldn't want to cut off this entire rosemary sprig here, because then I wouldn't get as much leaf development throughout the summer. So I'd probably just take these side shoots here and maybe the top here to promote continued branching and leaf development. But it is good to routinely use your herbs so that they don't go to flower, because at this point they become quite woody, and you know, you can still use this in pickling, this dill, but it's not quite as tender as if it had not gone to flower, and then you can use it in dips and actually eat the leaves still, because it's still quite tender. Same with this basil. You want to continue to pick off these side shoots before it flowers, and to continue to promote the leaf development. So I would just cut off these side shoots to promote continued leaf development. So let's move over here. So here we have chervil. This is also a licorice type flavor here, and it doesn't dry well, so you don't generally see it for sale as a dried herb, and so it's another great reason to grow your own herbs, because you can harvest it as you like and as you need it. This is lemon balm here, which, as the name implies, it's a kind of a lemony flavor. That's a great thing to use in teas, and other, you know, maybe on fish or chicken where you want that lemony type flavor. Over here, we've got a Japanese herb called Perilla shishu, and that's used in sushi and other Japanese cuisine, and quite productive here, as you can see. And we've got sorrel here, also quite productive. Cress, sorry, that was sorrel. Purple basil. And there's so many different varieties of herbs. Another great reason to grow your own herbs, like your vegetables. You know, you may be able to find one type of fresh basil at the store, but if you grow your own, you've got many, many types. This is cilantro here, used in a lot of Mexican dishes. Some people love it, some people hate it. I'm one of the latter. This is lettuce leaf basil here, quite productive, and huge, huge leaves here. So you can grow lots and lots of herbs here in Alaska in our short growing season. Unfortunately, many of them are not perennial, but either by growing your own transplants or purchasing them from a greenhouse, you can really have a productive herb garden. So that's all about herbs today, in which you can grow here in Alaska. I'm Heidi Rader with UAF Cooperative Extension Service, and we'll be doing a couple other videos here on cooking and preserving herbs, so check those out. I'll see you later.